Compatible Podcast. This is episode 46 for December 23rd, 2012. My name's Tony, and I'm joined, as always, by my fellow podcaster, Mark.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah, just Mark today.
Yeah. Jason's moving into his new place, though, so congratulations.
Finally. Yeah. He's been doing this slow move for a month.
Like, let me get your apartment ready while you use this other one.
Yeah, and he has no interwebs, plus with Christmas, and no time. Me and Mark actually barely have time. Me and my Mark. He's mine. I'm taking possession of him. I don't care.
No one can have him.
We actually are doing a quick show today because we're obviously not going to do the tournament and whatnot without Jason. So it'll be a shorter cast today.
Mostly because it's on his phone.
Yeah. And we're also using our backup microphone because our real one's at Jason's.
And we're too lazy to go over that. I mean, that's like
really far.
15-minute drive when in bad traffic. Oh,
really far.
Really far. Oh, really? Don't worry about that. That was nothing. Nothing I say. Put your phone on silent, by the way.
Mine, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So what's going on, Mark? How was your week?
It was pretty good. Literally, I had what was it? I had like early week. I worked like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I got Tuesday off. I was like, no, someone else work.
Nice.
Yeah. So I actually had quite a bit of time off. So I actually did a lot of gaming. Couldn't beat Gears 3. That final boss.
Mirror's a bitch. Yeah.
Me and Angry Andy could not get through it.
Yeah, you thought I was lying, didn't you? About how fucking rough it
was. It was just like the two stupid.
And you're only doing it on hardcore, right? Yeah. Wait till you do it on insane. Is it not fun?
I know.
So fucking is it going again?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Right. Pause.
Yeah. So my week, I don't know what the hell did I do. I worked a shitload. I cannot wait for after the new year when I'm back down to like a day or two. So I'm supposed to be on vacation right now. This is my
ruining that.
Yeah, this is like my easy time of the year without landscaping, and it seems to me like I've been working more than ever. I cannot wait for January when I'm down to a day or two a week and I get to enjoy a month or two in peace and quiet.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, but then come this like 10 months out of the year I work fucking 70 hours a week. It sucks.
Should have been a stripper.
Right? Could have made all that money in 2 nights and been done with it.
Yeah.
Aside from that, what'd you play this week? Do our weekly roundtable.
Well, I did my Planet Side 2. I actually posted a video if you guys want to check it out. I think I linked it on the Foss Books. I did it late last night. I was just in the mood too. So I got I actually did a few videos. I'm going to release them sporadically, probably maybe one on Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So check them out. Or like I try to keep them like 15 minutes or so. I think I went a little bit over on the first one. Anywho, I did that. I did a little bit of World of Tanks. Gears 3, Halo, Madden, probably. That's probably what I did this week.
Yeah. For me, I did... Wow, did I do a lot of crap again.
Complaining about how much you work, so I still played.
I still played a shit ton of video games. I played some Ratchet and Clank HD Collection. I went back to them. All 3 games, no.
Oh, okay.
Plus, I kind of... Initially, I wanted a platinum. I wanted to get a few platinums out of that game.
Yeah.
But, like, the more that I'm, like, looking at it, there's some obscure trophies that it's just,
what
like...
do you mean, like...
I don't know. It's just, like, some of them, like, there's, like... You have to, like, go and collect these... There's, like, these things. I forget what they're called. They're for, like, doing something really, really well. Like, we have to do it in a specific way during a mission.
Yeah.
And then you get, like, a... I can't think what the hell they're called right now, but you have to get like 3 of them in every level just to unlock a trophy, and I don't have like any of them.
So you basically is a collectible thing,
sort of.
Yeah,
but if you collect them, yeah. But if you get them all, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Besides that, I did some SOCOM 4. I went back to that game. That was fun. Yeah, I like that game.
Cool. It had some cool ideas from what I remember. Hearing about it, but I just never picked it up.
It got me in the mood because we were talking about Zipper last week.
Oh yeah.
Then I did... That's pretty much for PS3. I played some more, but whatever. Xbox, I did the usual Halo 4, Gears of War, stuff like that. Oh, I beat... I know last week we said I didn't think we'd hit 40,000 by the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday I broke 38,000.
Ooh, close.
This is really going to come down to the wire.
Basically need 2 games.
Less than 2,000 points in a little over a week.
Yeah. Do you have anything played?
No, but I'm figuring I do some cleanup on some of my games and get, maybe 1,000 randomly at 200 points here, 200 points there.
King Kong.
And that's what I was thinking.
Like a 5-6 hour.
If I need to go cheat for that last 1,000, I'll just run to GameStop and
it's worth it. It's a good game. Still is.
Well, there's that. There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is another easy 6 or 7 hour game that you could get 1,000 points for. So I'll run out and do those if I need to. I think I'll actually hit the 40 grand. I'm not positive yet, but it's really going to be close. Aside from that, Steam has been throwing crazy sales at us left and right.
Crazy.
And big picture mode made me happy with, for the most part, makes me happy with PC gaming now a little bit more.
Because you like the widescreen.
Well, it's not that. Half of the problems I was having was always adjusting it to my TV because every game was different. But Steam Big Picture Mode does that for me. That's the one I voted for too. Yeah. And not all of the games, but most of the newer games are all controller. They have controller functionality with them, so I could just sit back and it's just like playing my Xbox. Then,
yeah,
you know what I mean. I have to get up and set it up with your mouse and keyboard, but then I could lay back on my bed. I play it on my big screen TV with my Xbox 360 controller, and I'm good to go. And that's all I wish Steam did. If it did that more, which it does now, I'll be playing it off a lot more. And it seems like they're trying to integrate more and more toward my style of person, which is great.
Yeah.
So it'll help me out a lot. Sure, some games still need the mouse and keyboard, but whatever.
I actually realize I'm looking at Steam right now. I actually have a 4 years of service badge that I unlocked in September. Didn't know. Who knew?
You've been there almost exactly 1 year longer than I have. I think I'm September 9th. Can you click on me real quick since you're on Steam. I
can't go to these on you, I don't think. Well, maybe I can. Let's see.
No, it doesn't tell you when I was a member. I think I was 2009.
Friends.
Anyway, so yeah, I've been playing some Steam games. This one game called Unmechanical. I just bought. Awesome.
Like it? It looks cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Doesn't say member since. Yeah, see, I got the 3-year badge.
You didn't get Pillar of Community. You don't have the holiday sales yet. All you gotta do this one, checking it twice, add 10 items to your list, and you get a badge. I don't know what these badges do. Yeah, you got 3 years of service. December 8th, 2009 is when you started.
And you were December. Okay.
September 5th of.
So almost a full year you got on me, bastard.
Year in like 3 months.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, get all nitpicky. And 2 days. And 2 days.
And 2 days.
And 6 hours.
4 days. 4 days. 4 days. Be like Unmechanical. It looks cool, actually. I actually looked into it, and I was thinking about it, but. Yeah.
And then I was playing, Super Meat Boy. That just reminded me. I actually got through the entire first world, or whatever it's called. Because you know how they're all like really small. You ever played Super Meat Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's 20 or 22 stages.
Through like the 20.
Because they're not hard. They're not hard yet.
Half hour or so.
Yeah, it's not hard yet. Then later on they get like crazy, ridiculously hard. But
an hour for a mission.
Yeah, the first one is not hard. You only die once or twice. Then you figure it out and you just zap on to the next one. So that's pretty much what I did. It's a pretty good week actually. I was about to get that DayZ thing, and then Warzy. That's
don't do it. Please don't.
No, I was going to, but then we'll talk about that in the news section, won't we?
Please don't. For the sake of gaming industry, please don't.
Why? What's wrong?
Oh, I'm fully against that game.
Why do you hate it so much?
We'll go into it.
Okay.
All right, cool.
And I missed my chance to get Gary's mod because I thought that was a.
It'll go back on sale.
But it was $2.
Yeah, it's like always $2.
Okay.
It would be nice because it'll upgrade you. They actually gave out Gary's Mod 13, which is what they're on now. It just came out like maybe a month or two ago. They give that for free. Usually at one point you had to buy every updated version, but they haven't done it in a long time, so it's nice.
And I also got 2 Christmas presents. One for Mark.
Yay.
Mark bought me Knights of the Old Republic, which I haven't played yet because I just got it this morning when I woke up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I sent it. I saw that you sent one when I woke up at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
because I took a nap.
And then actually Matt, the guy who was on our show a couple episodes ago, he bought me Portal, the Portal collection.
Oh, cool. Funny enough, the franchise is on sale right now.
I was about to be like, ha, you wasted more money because today it's
love me more.
Yeah, today it's half price, and it was on sale when he bought it for me. But now, and then it's even cheaper now, and it's kind of like, dude, you should have waited 2 days.
I always wait. I'll wait till the last day just in case what I want goes on sale, and I'll buy things on the last day.
Yeah. Yep.
Does that bring us to the news?
News.
First story. Notch actually donated $250,000 alongside of Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban to initiate kind of a reform of software patent laws. I'm not exactly sure what they want to do, but I know they don't like the fact that these temporary fixes, like they don't want a temporary fix. They want like a total like restructure of it. I'm not exactly, like I said, I don't exactly know what it's going to change, but apparently him and Cuban's donation put a very good dent in the, I guess, the need of money to reform it. I don't know how it works from that, but so.
Well, it's all uncharted territory, because, I mean, major software has only been around, the distribution and whatnot, through the internet for the last decade or so. Mm-hmm. So it's still the wild, wild west out there. The shit's not there, and that's why you're having so many torrents, and then you have these things like Linux that come out to combat Microsoft, because you got the people out there that believe information should all be available free to everyone, which in theory is a good idea, but it would kind of ruin everything if everything really was free to everybody.
I actually do have a quote from Notch.
Yeah, go ahead.
We need deep and meaningful reform to protect software development and keep it as free and democratic as possible.
Yes. Which, see, the way he wants to do it does make sense, but I think it's kind of a pipe dream to sit there and have, like, be able to make money and have everybody legitimately buy it, but also keep things... Yeah. Because, I mean, the other thing is that I think they should, like, eliminate some of the gouging. Like, I think Microsoft's actually kind of guilty of this with, like, their Windows iteration. You can get Linux, which is pretty much a copy of Windows for free. And it does everything almost the same, just slightly different, and it just takes an adjustment period. And then Windows gouges you and charges $100 for their latest edition. It's kind of like, I get that you got to make some money, but make it $30, $40.
Yeah,
I think that's, like... What they're trying to do is find some kind of median where it's just like software should not be that much money. And I think that's what they're... I don't know, though. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll develop a little bit more this week.
As long as
it was very recent news.
Yeah, so. As long as people are willing to pay for it, though, it's Microsoft will keep their prices jacked up.
Yeah, basically.
It's the same thing like with cable companies, too. I mean, they charge $5-6 still to rent a movie through their, like, on-demand Comcast whatever thing. It's like, and then people just turn to torrents, and then the big companies are like, why do you keep stealing our movies? If they would just make everything available for 99 cents, where it wasn't $4 or $5 to rent a movie, people probably wouldn't torrent as much, because it'd just be $1 to like instantly stream it.
Yeah,
and I think that's what they got to do, is find that middle area where it's low enough where people won't...
Steam service. Steam do everything.
Yeah, where it's got to be low enough where people don't feel the need to steal. Because if it's jacked up too high, people just find an alternative route.
Yeah.
It's got to make it cheap enough where it's not worth putting torrents up. If movies costed 50 cents or $1 to own, like old movies from the 80s.
Yeah.
For 50 cents, who the fuck's going to torrent it?
Yeah, I mean, like, brand new movie coming out, $15, I'd pay. Like, 15, 20, maybe. 15 definitely is good for me.
Yeah. Fucking A.
All right, next story. I know you know a lot more about this than I do, so I'll let you take it.
Yes. Peter Molyneux, the guy who, I always say his name differently because it's like hard to pronounce or whatever. The guy who made Black and White and more recently the Fables, left Lionhead a while back, and he opened up a new studio called 22 Cans. Okay, and in order to get his game published, he went to something that's been popping up in our news the last couple years. He went to Kickstarter, which I'm totally against. Him going to Kickstarter. And I'll get into that in a minute, but the main story is his new game, which is going to be called Goddess, which is a type of god game, did get its funding from the Kickstarter that he started to get it moving. I do not like the fact that he went to Kickstarter at all, because people are using Kickstarter for the wrong reason now. I think that's why a lot of these are starting to burst. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the Kickstarter trends, but
every once in a while they don't make it.
No, not I just
Are you
like
talking about like them like not making.
No,
as much,
like those people running off with the Kickstarter money because it's not regulated really well.
Yeah,
because
they've done better at that though. I mean, that was a one or two rare opportunities. I think they've been monitoring a lot better.
But the thing is, like, people like this shouldn't be coming to Kickstarter. Kickstarter is made for, like, if me and Mark wanted to make a game. We don't have any pedigree in the video game industry. We don't have a major studio backing us. We don't have, any type of resume. So if we wanted to make a game, Kickstarter should be for people like us that want to utilize going in there, asking the community to give us a shot. Peter Molyneux's been making games for nearly 2 decades. The guy has some of the highest grossing God games available under his wing. He could have went literally to any studio and got financed.
Yeah, more than likely.
So why the hell is he using Kickstarter?
Maybe he wants to be his own boss. I mean, that could be a really...
He was at Lionhead.
You still have an overarching boss, though.
Yeah.
Like, he's just never fully in charge because you'll be investors. This way, the investors are the players, you know? So I think he wanted more freedom to do what he wants, you know, so doesn't have an over his head boss.
Yeah. It's just for me, I don't know, if like, I don't like that. I think that he should leave it for the people that need it. Because it's not only just like using Kickstarter. It's like now he becomes one of the major stories on Kickstarter. Mm. So some of the other stuff gets skipped over because it's like, Peter Molyneux's trying to, and like, I don't know, not as many people are going to get introduced to some of the people that really did need the Kickstarter money.
Yeah.
And people who go there to donate and say they only got $20 to throw in a couple Kickstarter programs, and they donate to Peter Molyneux's thing, then somebody else gets passed over because this guy's
got a name behind him. I can understand that. Yeah,
that's what I don't like. It's not. I don't have anything wrong with the guy, personally. It's just like, dude, just go to Microsoft and say, hey, we need some money. Microsoft will back you. They've backed you for the last decade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Alrighty, next sexy news story. I don't know, somewhat sexy, I guess. THQ filed for bankruptcy this week. It was kind of one of those things where it needed to happen for them to kind of move on. They unfortunately, I guess, had to release the titles of all upcoming actual games. So there's some out there like 1663. That one I know I had leaked a long time ago. At this point, that game set in London Fire. But there's a bunch of others. There's probably 3 or 4 other games I had no idea what they were. So they let those go a little bit early. But basically they did this so they could I don't know. It's kind of like get through the having no money kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure. Do you know a little bit more, maybe, Tony?
Yeah. Well, this basically got them out of all the trouble that they were in. Because bankruptcy law in the States is kind of it's an easy cop out. Mm-hmm. You don't have to pay for your mistakes, but you can still stay as a company. The problem is, like, a holdings company had to take over the reins of the company right now, and they want to sell it off because now they incurred all of the assets and all the debt.
Yeah.
And they're basically professional flippers. So they took a company like this, they moved in immediately after the bankruptcy. They got charge of it, and now if they can unleash it on Activision or EA or Ubisoft...
I know Ubisoft's interested in actually purchasing.
Yeah, I was going to get into that in one sec. But if they can dish it out real quick, and they can maybe sell it for, say, $20 million or whatever, all of THQ's assets, and these guys make a percentage, they just took care of it this past week, and say next week they sell it to Ubisoft for $20 million and they get 10%. They made $2 million in 2 weeks doing virtually nothing but setting up the books, and that's what the holdings companies do. Like Mark was just saying, Ubisoft's very interested, but Ubisoft is only interested in parts of the company, and they came out and said if they don't get it for the price they want, they're going to lose interest because they offered THQ a bundle price because they don't want all of THQ's assets. I'm assuming they want the big stuff. They want South Park. They want Saints Row. They want Company Heroes, stuff like that. But some of the smaller crap, like Homefront 2. And
they also released, I don't know if you saw that, the potential
earnings.
What they expect to earn from those. That was actually kind of interesting. They actually had Company Heroes, I think, was 2nd or 3rd on their list. They were supposed to sell a little under $5 million. Saints Row was at like 7, 6, yeah.
Yeah. I just I don't know. If basically they were offering them a big, like, hey, we'll just take everything off your hands for X amount. They didn't release the actual financials yet, but they're just like, we'll pay a little more, just give us everything because we don't want to sit there and negotiate for the pieces we actually want. And then since Ubisoft has so much money, what I'm assuming they'll do is start selling off the crap they don't want just to start getting some of their money back. And they'll hang on to the 5 or 6.
Maybe Darksiders.
Yeah.
I really think they want to dump that series. Do they technically still have Insane? Not Insane. The Guillermo del Toro one.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember if they've sold that one yet. That one I know they've been looking to dump for a while. If they have, I think I want to say they did already, but.
Well, the problem is if you just bought THQ and sold it in 6 months, you'd make an ass load of money, I think, because you'd pull in all the profits for... They got like 4 games coming out in the next 6 months. Big games that THQ... Because that's what happened with Darksiders. Darksiders needed to do well to weather the storm until these 4 games came out. And now it didn't sell well, and they didn't keep enough money to keep their doors open. But I guess nobody's really affected. It's just...
Yeah, they did say like day-to-day operations are still going as usual.
Yeah, nobody's getting fired.
Yeah, no layoffs, nothing around those lines. So it's good for the people already working there. I just hope that stays as is.
Well, I just hope they don't like move stuff like stuff like Volition. It's like one of the more talented studios in that arsenal, and that's in our neck of the woods. It's in Illinois.
Champaign.
Yeah, and we don't have that many companies here, and fucking if
8th best.
Yeah.
8th best in the country.
Yeah, but if like Ubisoft takes over and they're all like, "Oh, come to Canada," it's like fuck. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
news. Next story: thief stole 7,000 Wii U consoles. Apparently, the story is they basically went to the distribution center and they pulled up a truck. They started loading on there, and then they were gone. And it was apparently. Like 20 hours later or something, they actually realized that, hey, where are those consoles? They actually made off with 7,000 consoles worth about $2.1 million. I have not actually heard an update of the story because this is from the 19th. I have not heard anything in the last 4 days, if anything has come up from this. Have you?
No. Well, I mean, if these guys have any brains at all, they'll do them slowly and they'll spread them the fuck out. Like on Craigslist. Like, I don't know how you unleash this kind of...
Yeah, I know. That many consoles. I mean, all the serial numbers are in systems on a watch list now, It is going to be hard to get rid of those, I think.
I mean, if they sell them on like Craigslist and they sell them like literally 1 or 2 at a time, if they're not trying to unload all 2.1 million right now, if they're just...
I mean, if they're just asking, even like taking them at, $10, $20 under market value, under like retail price.
I bet they're taking them way under that. I bet they're selling these things for $200 just to get them out the door.
Yeah, that could be too.
What are you going to do with fucking... How many Wii's? 7,000?
Yeah.
The fuck are you going to do with that?
Yeah, you're going to be selling them until next gen.
And if you only take $10, people will go buy them from the store to get a receipt. Yeah, you have to give people a reason to buy them out of the back of your trunk.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? You gotta be like, well, they're $200. If somebody came up to me and like, I got a brand new sealed Wii U for $200, I'd be like, okay, that's what I think the system's worth. Yeah. That's what's holding me back. I don't think it's worth $350.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd get one if they want to give me one, I'll take one. Send it over to Chicago. I'll buy it. $200. Done.
There you go.
Then you only have 6,999 left.
Yep.
And I won't rat you out either.
Oh man, that'd be funny. All right, we're gonna save that one for my top story. I'm gonna talk about that one a bit. EA was dropped from the Nasdaq 100. What do you feel about that?
Can I? Okay, I'm curious. Do you think this counts as 7,000 more sold Wii U's for Nintendo?
They just write them off. And there we go. No, I doubt it.
See, I don't know how that works because technically...
I don't know when they count them as sold, if it's when they go to the warehouse.
Because technically, say those were on their way to Best Buys in Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, Seattle had to have bought them.
They would have had to refund them because they never came in.
Well, no, you have insurance that takes care of shipments like that.
Oh, then they don't care.
Nobody cares. I'm just saying if they were on the way to Best Buy. Best Buy doesn't take the loss.
Yeah.
Neither does Nintendo. The insurance company does.
Yeah, and bones.
But do they count those 7,000 as units sold? And now that Best Buy reorders, technically get to sell 14,000 units. I don't know how that works. Go ahead.
Gotta fudge those numbers there or something. So what do you feel about EA being removed from the top 100 on Nasdaq?
That sucks. I don't hate EA as much as most people do. I think they make a lot of quality games. They do some douchey things like Origins. And
no, I agree with that.
They started the online pass, which I'll never forgive them for. I get why they did it, and I
just
get
because you're money hungry.
And I get why it helps a lot of the smaller publishers, but EA is one of the biggest ones, and they're the ones that started the online pass and started all the bitching. It's like, I get it if THQ had to do something like this.
Yeah. EA shares actually began the year at about $21, and in August they were around $11. They got about $15 currently, but it's just not for top 100.
Yeah, all the sports games came out, and those did well. And then they had 2 or 3 games in a row that just tanked. Mm-hmm. They didn't sell well,
Medal of Honor.
and they didn't review very well.
Yeah,
and that'll do it because they put a lot of. I don't think it's rare for a big shooter like that, but I honest to God cannot see how that game made money. That game had to have lost money.
Medal of Honor,
because they had to have employed a bunch of people to make
probably.
that game. That
EA has a big budget and they usually use it.
That advertising campaign was ridiculous. The Doritos commercials.
Yeah.
You go to any Best Buy or whatever, there's those huge Medal of Honor stands, like those big like marketing kits and shit. And and you send one of those to every store. The posters, that game had so many commercials. They bought the big block at E3 for it, and then they sold like absolute garbage. They couldn't have made money on that game.
Yeah.
It's already for sale for like $30 everywhere,
Yeah.
and it just came out. So
on top of that, other things to drop off were Netflix Blackberry Maker Rim. I don't know who the hell Green Coffee Mountain Roasters. Green Mountain. I don't know who they are.
Netflix fell off the top 100.
Yeah, surprising, eh? Yeah. After buying the rights for Disney movies, surprising.
That's probably why their stock went down because it's a big investment.
Yeah,
people get freaked out when they make big.
Yeah, I could see that.
It doesn't mean anything's wrong with Netflix.
Yeah.
It's just people when it's their money at stake, they're like, ooh, they're getting crazy with their money.
I can understand that.
Let me pull back, and then I'll buy in a couple months when everything settles down.
Yeah. BlackBerry, I'm actually surprised was still in the top 100. I mean, I
can't believe they. Yeah.
I mean, they should be threatened by the Nexus, not Google, like the S3s, the Notes. I mean, I'm just surprised they were still in the top 100. But anyway,
I didn't think they're like doesn't iPhone and Android own 95% of the like phone market nowadays?
Yeah, basically.
Like where's that? Like so, BlackBerry and everything else is fighting for the other 5%. How big could they fucking be?
Yeah, true. Nasdaq, maybe that's sad. I don't know. Anywho, because I love to report on every week, because this seems how it's coming out as often as this is Star Wars Battlefront Online concept art surfaced. Apparently, it was supposed to release sometime in 2010, and it was canceled. So it appears that even Battlefront 3 was actually not the only thing they were working on. So, yeah.
I don't know too much about this. I'm actually kind of... Was
Basically,
this the one that was supposed to come to the PS3?
Yeah, it was supposed to be coming to PS3 and 360.
Yeah,
And it was Operation Raccoon, Resident Evil developer Slant 6 Games were reportedly working on it.
Oh, thank God, because those guys should never be allowed to work in the industry again. That shit is so bad. They would have just ruined the Star Wars franchise.
Possibly. So, I mean... It's just, more Star Wars Battlefront news every week at this point, it just seems. So, there you go.
Yeah, I think a lot of their focus is probably on 1313, and then after that, who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
But video game-wise, that's where I really think they're putting all their eggs in one basket right now.
Yeah. Which
they should be putting in. Force Unleashed 3. You hear me, LucasArts?
You hear me, Lucas? You're not there anymore, but Luke!
Do it! Do it, Disney!
Number one sexy nutty news story of the week, salty too, would be War Z was finally pulled from Steam after like 2 or 3 days. Literally one of the lead people in uproaring about this actually happened to be Total Biscuit.
Your favorite guy.
Yeah, you like Total Biscuit. Total Biscuit's a really good guy. He's actually sponsoring, Sony's paying him shit tons of money to do some kind of event for Planet Side 2. Besides the point. Anywho, War Z, I think, was up for like 3 days. They got pulled for unlawful marketing, actually. They promised 50 to 100 player servers. There's not a single 100 player server up. They're promised a 100 kilometer map. There's reports from 7 kilometers all the way down to all the way up to 49. Not even half of what it was. They also said in-game right now there is skill and perk trees. Those are nowhere to be found in there. Literally, there was probably about 2 other ones, little smaller one notes. But they mismarketed it. They lied flat out. Even Total Biscuit this week came out with like a 20-minute video saying of why he's hating it. Because he really hasn't ever done this before. He's literally so farly against this. Like he went in depth of like, War Z has hired people, not even hired. They don't even have a I guess a tech team, I guess you would say. Like literally they have people working for them who don't even get paid. They have people who will go on forums, go on YouTube, that will flat out lie on the actual video, news story, just to, cause, I don't know if it's trying to cause an uproar or if, like, there's just so many people who hate the game. They are banning people for asking for refunds because of the lying, which is, you can technically do, but they're look on Google. Literally, you'll find 20, 30 videos of people. I'm filming this, so when it happens, you'll know. Literally, it's people asking for a refund because I was lied about my product. Steam themselves literally came out this week apologizing for releasing such an unfinished game on them and will offer refunds out of Valve's pocket, not out of the stupid War Z developer. Another problem with War Z, this game is a flat-out copy of
Daisy, right?
Not necessarily. The idea, yes. I'll get more into that right now. War Z is now? It's literally. Let me see if I can find what game. It's
a mod of another game, right?
Yeah. One second, I'm trying to find that.
So what it sounds like to me is they took another game, which
War
is
Inc.
Yeah,
it's the same developer, War Inc. And look, those are the 2 pictures. Those gun models. The entire interface is exactly the same, except they took away the map. Literally, same guns. They took War Inc., a game that, first off, one of the lead producers of it worked on War Inc. War Inc. and War Z are completely different companies, but the one guy left on bad terms from War Inc., from what I understand, and he literally just seemed to take a build of that game and put it on this. Apparently, they have been flat out lying, say that they spent 2 years on this. Literally, they have not spent 2 years on this. They've probably spent like 6 months. The texture quality is god awful on Ultra. Like literally, it's PS2 quality. Literally past that, it just, everything about it has like no polish to it. And they also took, I reported on it a long time ago. They took the terms of service from Riot Games, League of Legends, and they literally
copy pasted
it, did a control find to see where they put League of Legends. They forgot a few, and literally someone actually reading through it, because you're supposed to do that so you don't, have the South Park.
Yeah, South Park told you that shit.
The centipede thing. Literally, they found it, just flatly says something about League of Legends, and, then that uproar started. This game just has so much controversy behind it. I really doubt Steam will ever put it up again. Literally, it was the #1 selling game at one point, and they got bid on it because they are giving refunds.
Yeah. No, I could see the side by side, but I was always under the impression, maybe I'm wrong, but that when you make a mod for a game, you're pretty much taking their game and just slapping a fresh protocol.
This isn't a mod. This is actually a full out pay for it game.
So they just ripped. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Also, this week, another thing that this game, there was about an hour cooldown when you would die. Literally this week, they actually increased it from 1 hour to 4 hours with the option to use real money just to respawn. That, and there's this also option, Total Biscuit was showing it off, when you buy weapons with real money, when you die, they're just completely gone. You'll never see them again. So that $5, $10 item, worthless. Some other player will pick it up probably, maybe.
Yep, and get it for free.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Yeah, that's sad, because I was thinking of getting this, too. It looked kind of cool.
The guy kind of being blamed for this is Titoff. He used to be the former technical director at Riot Games, behind League of Legends. Also, he was the founder of Arcaidos Entertainment, which is who did Hammer, they got Hammerpoint. Hammerpoint was doing War Inc., I guess. So they're just kind of taking their stuff. Here's some.
Yeah, this is quite a mess. I didn't know all this about this. I just kind of thought that the game looked cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then they released
did, yeah.
then they released it, and people were a little upset with it. And Steam offered refunds.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
They promised a 100 to 400 square kilometer. I actually got the
Like a play area?
Yeah, and literally no one's going over like even half of that yet. So it's a mess.
Crazy.
That's kind of like the number one story of the week. Warzy developers are blaming the community. That's a big one. Like literally, they're just flat out blaming the player base. Like, no, you're doing it wrong. No, you're wrong. Literally, they're just. It's awful. Like literally, games like this should not be making money. There's a Total Biscuit literally came out and just said you shouldn't be telling. One of the reasons he was so mad about this was for all these issues, and he kind of felt like the gaming community wasn't coming together as a whole to tell your friends, to tell everyone on the internet that this game's a flat out rip. They're lying to you blatantly in the game info, what this game does. They're lying to you, and no one's coming off about it. So literally, he went off, and literally, it's been news story on most websites this week, picking it up. So
Yeah. To me, it almost seems like it goes back into what Notch was just saying. This is the problem I see happening to a lot of stuff without regulations. Like, this is why I don't think information could be completely free and why there's got to be some kind of regulatory system. See, you'll never see stuff like this happen on Xbox or PS3 because there's excruciating quality control to get on. But at the same time, that holds back from the freedom that an open platform like Steam allows. So there's ups and downs to both sides. I mean, Steam allows the users, the little guy, to make a game, and occasionally you're going to run into a problem like this. Whereas, like I said, on the major console, the closed systems, the ecosystems that they offer, even something like Apple usually won't run into something like this because they quality control the shit out of everything. But this would be something, to me, that sounds like would happen on Android.
yeah.
Because it's so much more open.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's ups and downs to both sides, and the thing's finding that middle ground.
Yeah. Even the creator of the Arma 2 mod, Daisy, the creator of that, Dean Hall, actually spoke out this week saying how he's been so depressed that, I mean, this is a blow to the industry in a way. And he even considered quitting development altogether, which I mean I doubt he'll do. I think he's just really sad, depressed,
Pissed off right now.
Yeah, I mean a game that's a direct copy of what he was doing is a controversial subject.
It makes him look bad too, because
They both have Z in the name.
for somebody's not in the know, it sounds like DayZ's the old game, and now Warzy's like DayZ Part 2 or something.
A little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Control scheme. DayZ controls funky because it runs on Arma 2. Arma 2 just controls a little bit funky in general. So
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of like the Americanized version of DayZ, and it's a rip in many regards.
Yeah.
So that's all I really have to say about the subject. Now you know, hopefully, a little bit more about that. So please don't support them. They really don't deserve it. I know it might be fun. Some people say it is. Some people hate it. Don't support that kind of development process either way. There'll be better things. Go play Left 4 Dead instead. You'll have more fun with that. Trust me.
Yeah, that shit cray.
That's my news for the week.
All right. Well, that means we could hop into some Gmail.
Gmails.
We got a few questions this week. Could start off with our new friend. He actually sent me a friend request. We've been talking a little bit
Me too.
this week. Cynical.
Me too.
Cynical something or other. There's a bunch of numbers at the end.
9-0?
Is that it?
Yeah.
I forget. So
Close enough. Numbers.
I apologize about that. But we've been talking a little bit back and forth this week. And he sent me a question via Xbox Live, which I've never gotten. This is the first one ever.
Right.
And he was wondering what our favorite class in Borderlands 2 is.
When I first started off, I started off as a sniper. And then in a recent game, one of my buddies, he just got it, wanted to play. I actually started off the Necromancer. Necromancer seems pretty cool with like the whole abilities. Some of the abilities seems like they might be a little bit overpowered in a way.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, like everything about it seems so cool so far. I'm very low level in that game on any class, so I think Necromancer would probably end up being my favorite.
Yeah, I gave him a brief response, but obviously you're kind of limited on how much you can type on an Xbox Live message. But basically what I was getting at was, mine's the soldier. No matter if it's Borderlands 1 or Borderlands 2, that's the class I like the most. It's my style of play. Even when there's like even when I'm playing something not Borderlands but Borderlands-esque, where you get to pick something that's very different, I always go for the soldier type, the standard warrior or what have you.
Yeah.
I haven't tried all the classes. I know the Necromancer is severely overpowered from what I can tell. I'm not really into magic, so like usually I steer away from those types of things. Even like a Dragon Age Origins or something like that, I tend to stay away from whichever character. Yeah, whichever character does that type of thing. I'm more for like the.
I like doing a lot of damage, but not having like. I don't like to be the tank.
I'm not the brute either.
Like
the tank, yeah.
I like that in between. I like being a DPS class or a healer in some regard. Yeah. WoW ruined me. I don't really like to heal anymore after doing that for a few years. But anyhow.
But to me, the closest, I'm kind of in that same boat with you. Even when I did Skyrim, I picked the Nord because he was kind of like that thing in the middle. He's not crazy for magic. He wasn't super weird looking. He's just a decently strong, middle of the run warrior. That type of guy. It's what I tend to gravitate to in all of my games.
I didn't orc in Skyrim. It's fun.
Well, there you have it, Dick.
Two-handed.
So yeah, for me, without having have tried all the classes, it's definitely the soldier class. So, or warrior, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So, next question. This is from Andrew Dillon. Did you guys get any of the DLC for Borderlands 2? And if we did, what's our favorite?
I did get the season pass. I downloaded, the first two. I haven't even got around to them because Borderlands has not been a high priority on my list, sadly. Even though I enjoy, I got the part of the game where I have to grind out levels. I don't know why, like all the quests are too high. So I haven't really been interested in it because of that. But I will eventually. I did the Necromancer, like I said. So Necromancer wins for me currently until I get to try out the other DLC.
Yeah. For me, I learned my lesson last year. I've bitched about this on the podcast a while back. They did this to me last year when the season pass became pretty standard operating thing. I went and bought the Forza 4 Season Pass and the Gears of War 3 Season Pass. And before I even got all of my content that was included with my Season Pass, the holiday sale came out, the thing that's going on right now. And the Season Passes were for sale for half off before I even got all the content available. So this year I learned my lesson. I did not buy the Forza Horizon Season Pass, nor did I buy the Borderlands 2 Season Pass. And I'm assuming, or hoping, whichever way you want to think about it, that in the upcoming days, those will go on sale for half off. Then I will acquire the Season Pass for half price, download everything, and get all caught up. So, besides the Necromancer add-on, which I don't even know if you can count as DLC.
That was just a pre-order benefit.
Just a person, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really like...
Yeah, I mean, it's still DLC in a sense, but it was a pre-order benefit.
Yeah, it's not extra content. But soon as that goes to sale, which, if you believe the rumors, is supposed to be December 27th. Because the official list got leaked like it usually does.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's off, sometimes it's on. But if it is, the Season Pass will be half off on the 27th of December, which is the day I will be buying it. And then I'll fly through all the DLC packs. And I'd be way better suited to answer this in a few more weeks. Also, Jason, I know, has picked them all up, and he knows about them. But I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, he's dead. He died. Yeah. I don't know which one he likes the best, but if we remember, we can have him answer it next week. I don't know if we're going to. Or just ask this again in 2 or 3 weeks, because by then I would have played them all.
Yeah, either or.
So.
Yeah, I'll run through with you, because like I said, I was
Have you even finished the regular game
No.
yet? Oh, okay. You got to get on that. At least I finished the story.
I'm still on the boss fight of Gears 3, because that thing's hard.
I know, and that's like a 2011 game. You got to get on that shit.
Yeah. Well, just to fight a boss. It's just hard as tits. I'm sorry.
All right. And is that the final question of the week?
Yes, it is.
All right. The last one from Epic Beast. We got, do you think for the next gen you'll have to pay for online with the PS4? And do you think there will... Okay, let's answer. There's 2 questions, right? Okay. What's the second one?
And do you think there would be...
Oh, okay.
Online Wi-Fi where Xbox and PS3 could play online?
Okay.
It's cross. So I'm trying to figure out is it just cross and be cross on?
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
Fuck that noise. Yeah.
So the first one. So do you think for the next gen you'll have to pay online for PS4? I do not.
I don't either.
I think PS4 is gonna gravitate more toward what Xbox did, because you don't have to pay for Xbox Online.
Yeah, exactly.
They just limit what you can do without a gold
They
membership.
also limit you to, like, those deals. Those are gold only, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They limit you. What I think's going to happen with PS4 is they're almost going to force you to without forcing you to.
Yeah, because
They're going to keep taking more and more away. Like with PlayStation Plus, there's so many great things. Like I haven't had an update on PS3 in almost a year because PlayStation Plus automatically updates your PlayStation every night. It scans your entire game library, checks for any updates, and does them. And I have mine set for 6 in the morning.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
So
that,
at 6 in the morning. So I haven't had an update on any game ever or system update in over a year.
So does it just turn on
Plus.
and turn off at 6 a.m.? Oh, that's
I've seen it do it when I'm up. When
It's
I'm
like, whoa,
when I'm watching
That's
Netflix,
freaky.
the PS3 just pops on and it does its thing and it shuts itself off.
Yeah, it's like,
It's amazing.
yes.
So I haven't, because PS3 updates were atrocious, but you don't hear me
Yeah.
complain about them anymore because I haven't seen one in a year. It's awesome. So stuff
That's
like
awesome. Yeah, I like that.
stuff like that, and plus PlayStation gives you so many free games. I don't know if you have a PS3 and you're hooked up to the internet. I don't know how you don't have PlayStation Plus at this point.
I agree with that. I mean, literally,
It's insane to not have it.
it's what, 50 for a year?
For a whole year, $50, and
they give you
in 1 month.
$200
In 1
worth of
month,
games
in 1 month you get your money back, and then you get 11 months worth of more games for free.
$200
Plus, you get all
per
these
month.
extra things. You get the cloud storage, that comes with
yeah.
PlayStation, and that's the kind of stuff that I think they'll have PlayStation Plus for free, or
Because
PlayStation.
You can't force them into a contract. I don't think
That's the
yet.
thing. You'll have your free PlayStation Network, which will basically limit you to next to nothing. Free updates.
Kind of like how it is in Xbox.
Xbox
They were a
Silver.
little bit ahead already,
Yeah.
I guess.
It's Xbox Silver, basically.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll still let you play online for free just so people don't complain.
Yeah.
But if you want anything else, the like
They might
even
even limit you to like like put you in the back of the queue or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, certain games do that with like a premium member gets a bonus. You
Yeah.
know, bump up in line. You know.
yeah. And that's what I think they'll do, where they'll where you'd almost be crazy to not subscribe.
Yeah.
Because they look at the money that Xbox brings in off their gold membership, and
Atrociously
Sony's got to be salivating at the mouth. Like, how come we can't bring that in?
Well, I mean, they partially are, but nowhere near the terms of what Xbox is doing.
Well, the problem is Xbox is straight profit.
I know
PlayStation, most of the money they make from PlayStation
Has to
Plus
go into the game.
goes to the developers to get you your free games.
Yeah.
So I think that honestly, God, what I think PlayStation's going to do is I think they're going to tier their stuff off. I think there's going to be like 3 or 4 levels.
You've been telling this for like a year.
I think there's going to be 3 or 4 levels, or there's going to be a completely free one, which basically comes with nothing. There'll be one that comes with
Plus and
some of the better options where you can get a discount on games off the store, and maybe you can get the automatic updating and cheaper access to so on and
Yeah.
so forth. And then there might be like a third tier, which is what we currently think of as PlayStation Plus, which is their big full-on subscription for $50 or $60 a year that you get access to everything. That's what I really think is going to happen next gen.
I can see it. I mean, everyone's like hinted at it, like they might try it. So
And I would on the other side of the board, I wouldn't doubt. I don't think Xbox is going to come anywhere near what PlayStation's doing, but they're not stupid. They see what's going on, and I wouldn't doubt that come the 720, they start throwing you a couple free games here and there just to kind of shut everybody up, because
they've been doing that, but they're all
bad
Mac
games. They're
Yeah.
bad games.
Yeah, but literally, Xbox has started doing that. If you've been noticing,
they're giving free games away now.
They are giving free games. They're usually Connect games that usually cost like $10. It's something. I really do think it will get better over time. I don't think it can get much worse.
They're hearing the fans.
Yeah.
The people are bitching about what Sony's doing, and they don't get anything. So yeah, it's definitely coming. The winds are changing. What was the second part of that? Do you think there'd be cross online Wi-Fi where Xbox and PS3 could play online?
Well,
what I think he's saying is, do we ever think if you pick up Call of Duty on your Xbox 720 and I pick it on the PS4, could I play with it?
I doubt it. If it was like the Vita to the PS4, yes. If phone to the 360, yes. I don't think Xbox to PC they've done before,
and PS3 to PC they've done.
Yes, with Portal.
Through Steam. The
Portal
problem
2
is
did that.
those as much as we pretend they are, PC is not in any competition with consoles. Consoles are in direct competition with one another. This will never ever happen because the server side has to agree.
Yeah.
It's not like Sony and Xbox are against it. It just can't happen.
It'd be hard.
You'd have to design it with that in mind, and it's a lot more money for just no.
Well, there is the thought that how like similar inside they are currently. I mean, there is the possibility that it would become a possibility. I mean, it would just be kind of like when you make a PC game, you have to have support for the last 25, 30 different video cards that came out. I mean, it could be something that I don't think.
I think it's a bad idea too.
Possibly, it would be cool because I mean, if it was like a shooter or something like that, I mean, then it would just be all about props of who's the better player. I mean, it's a cool concept. I don't see it happening. I do believe it's possible though, but it just I don't see it.
I'd also think you're going to start incurring, unless PlayStation 4 is significantly better online, the service as a whole is a lot more laggy, and that's not fair to Xbox players to sit there and have them lag out because of...
Possibly.
I don't know, Sony's lack of commitment to online.
I know they'll do better than...
It's going to be a lot better.
As long as they do better than Nintendo...
Which is not
threw
hard.
A rocket online.
The PS3 is already better than the Wii's used online.
I know. Literally, as long as they do something a little bit better.
It's miles ahead.
Yeah,
it's fucking...
it'll be fine. And I really do think that they care more about online. They know it's a bigger thing. Just because of how they had to redo the entire dashboard, you got the games up there now. I think they already know what they need to do.
Well, yeah, because when the PS3 and Xbox came out, online was big, but it wasn't what it is today. Today, it's expected.
It was. I played SOCOM on my PS2, and that was it. That's literally the only online PS2 game I think I ever played. Was
you're still talking 7-8 years ago. It wasn't as big as it is now.
Yeah.
The whole online community was a lot smaller. So it's like it wasn't as prevalent when they were building the PS3. Now they understand how big it is, and you could already see it with the Vita. The Vita does an exceptional job online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
It's night and day versus the Vita is better on PlayStation Network than the PS3 is.
That's funny.
Which is sad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So when the PS4 comes out, I guarantee it'll be better. But who's to say it doesn't catch up with the 360, and now the 720 is miles ahead of what the 360 did. So who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. It also kind of eliminate the need to... I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. I'd definitely buy it just because I think it would be... It'd be like almost a revolution between, the two systems, making a game that work on both where you played one another.
I'd rather they just got together and built a super system and had there just be one. I don't want to buy two consoles.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? I'd rather just...
Also, won't happen. Yeah. This game will come out before what you say exists, I think.
Sony builds the hardware. Microsoft builds the software. You get all the companies under one roof. You get to pick which controller you want because they both work on that console.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you like the PS3 controller? Better play with that. I like the Xbox controller a little bit better. I'll play with this. And they both link up straight to it. Oh, that'd be good.
Got a boner.
Sit there and pop out Halo 4, then throw in pop out Halo 5 and then throw in
Halo 6
Uncharted 5 right after that.
The Return of Chief.
Bam.
So does that conclude our Gmail?
Gmail? Yeah. We're going to wrap up the show in a couple minutes here. We're going to do a mini topic of the week, which is majorly just maybe...
Yeah, there wasn't really too much good this week, because we can't do Game of the Year yet, because, we started plowing through.
I didn't plan at all, because tonight was supposed to be the drunk cast, but everything went wrong.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be tonight. And I wouldn't have a topic of the week planned for that at all. Mm-hmm. We're going to move that back, hopefully sometime in January. I don't know if it's ever going to come around. It's too hard where nobody has shit going on Monday where we could all sit around and get plowed.
Yeah, just holidays.
It's rough. It's just rough. But if anything, it will get easier after New Year's.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're kind of hoping it all works out. But right now we weren't able to do it. I didn't plan very well, but something big did happen, which we will use for a shortened version of Tony's topic of the week. Okay. So, you guys all know about the tragedy that happened out in Connecticut a couple weeks back. Right? It was Connecticut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Newtown?
And that's definitely not what we're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
But what happened was the NRA basically got blamed for it, and I'm sure you guys have seen this. If any of you have been on the internet in the last 2 weeks, you see that everybody's flipping out and they want reform gun laws and all this other crap. Which, me personally, I don't want to get too into that, but I don't think that'll fix anything. It would just create.
No, it would create like the drug war. It'd be
that's all it is.
Everything's legal and you're still getting it.
That's the problem. Is like it would just create a black market.
It is,
and people are like blind to that. It's like pot's illegal
somewhere.
How easy is it to get pot everywhere?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So if guns are illegal, it's not going to make them any harder to get. It's just going to make it against the law.
I know there was some people coming out. I forget what European country it is. They basically give everyone 2 weeks of military training to own a gun or something like that. No, I shouldn't say ridiculous. I mean, that's a good thing.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea. I mean, they
make them jump through a few hoops.
Yeah, you make them jump through hoops. They they have to physically be able to do it and pass. And I forget what country it is. Like they have extremely low gun crime ratio or whatever. I don't remember what it was. I read it on Reddit. Yeah. So take that with a grain of salt, I suppose.
The point is everybody's been blaming the NRA, which I don't think it's any of their fault at all. How is it?
No,
they're just gun enthusiasts. How is it like?
I really think anytime something gun related, everyone goes to the NRA for a comment. I don't remember what the first.
They always get blamed.
Yeah, it's always your fault. I mean, in a way, like I've read a little bit. Like they're blaming the lobbyists there. I mean, NRA's got a very strong grasp in like the Senate and the House. I mean, they're blaming them for that. It's just everything, and it's I think it's a lot to do with people looking for someone to blame, not necessarily. And NRA is like, oh no, maybe they're a little bit at fault, maybe they're not. I'm not one to say.
Yeah, personally, I don't think it's anyone's fault but the crazy person who's shooting. I don't think I don't ever blame guns. I don't ever blame the bullets. I don't ever blame the manufacturers of the guns or the bullets or the person at the store who sold it. It's none of their fault. It's the person who physically picked up the weapon, picked up the bullet, put the bullet in the weapon, and shot. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. But that's not what we're talking about because we're a video game podcast. Yeah, we're a video game. We are talking that the NRA, what they did do wrong, which was come out and they blamed us.
They did. They said, Tony, you and your guns.
Yeah, they came out and blamed the video game
industry as a whole, really, just for violence.
For the shooting. And I'm so tired of this happening.
I am too. Funny enough, I actually did have a discussion with this mom who came in. She was getting Far Cry, and I had to explain all the naughty things on the back of Far Cry box, which there's plenty. We had this explanation, and she completely agreed, and it was actually kind of a nice talk in the middle of holiday rush. It's how our society is. Really, I really think that we're just bathed in violence at this point. Wait, turn on 7 to 8 o'clock. Well, probably 8 o'clock. That's when you start to get the more adult TV shows on. Look at the 6 o'clock news. The 6 o'clock news. One of the first things they'll teach you if you ever go to a news reporting class or school is that if it bleeds, it leads. It holds true today. Literally, violence will get people to listen, and literally that's why it's the top story in a week. It's why violence, I think, is everywhere in America.
I just think it's an easy cop-out to blame video games. I've been playing violent video...
It is, too. I mean, he took a very small section of what... I mean, maybe, yeah, I mean, we're probably a little bit at fault.
Not really? I don't think it's at all video games' fault.
No, what I meant is society, American culture as a whole, is what I mean.
Yeah, but you can't strictly blame video games. There's movies. No, that's what I'm saying. But I don't think any of that has a factor. I really don't think entertainment actually makes a person more or less violent.
I don't think that either. What I'm more of saying is the amount of violence you're thrown at, I think desensitizes people, and I think you can blame everything and anything for that. So with what he did is he took an extremely small part of social media, everything out there. Turn on the TV. I mean, CNN always has some kind of Middle Eastern coverage of the war they're having. Really, there's violence everywhere, and he took one of the smallest minuscule things and threw it out there as that's the only problem with it, and he didn't look at the big picture of it. Because I really think that if you blame one thing, then you're kind of copping out on not blaming Wall Street for making all these, not Wall Street, I mean, more of the, TV writers doing all that. You're throwing everyone on the bus with this. This one, I guess he thought it was a small fraction of it and would do it that way. That's just what I guess I kind of think right now, at least.
I don't know. I've been playing video games my whole life, as I'm sure many of you have. And I've, outside of fishing and occasionally by accident hitting a bird or squirrel in a vehicle, I've never killed or hurt anything in my life. It's not, and I've been playing very, very violent things and watching very violent movies my entire life.
Too.
I never lay awake in bed and dream of hurting anything. That's not me. It's the video. That's the whole point of that type of media to me is that it's an escape, so you don't do that stuff in real life. And I really don't think the two correlate at all. Like I'm making up stats here, but I'm not surprised if they're too far off. Okay, just say in America, 100 million people played some sort of a video game in the last week. Okay, 100 million. One person did something terrible. What about the other 999,999 people that play video games that didn't do anything in Connecticut?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure 100 million people ate cheeseburgers last week too. Probably. Why aren't you blaming the cheeseburger instead of the video games?
I get what you
To me, it's just like it's a blind argument where people feel like they have to blame something, and blaming the video game industry is the easiest. It's just like, well, let's blame something we don't understand. Because most of the people, if you ever look at everyone who's ever blamed video games for anything,
all over 70.
none of them play. None of them get it. So, and that's why none of these things hold water. I remember this same guy from California tried something in 2011, and it got struck down by the Supreme Court that he was trying to ban video games and all this other, so on and so forth. This has been going on as long as I could remember, since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get rid of video game violence in video games, and it's just it doesn't.
Because if that would happen, literally, then you have to start going down the line of TV shows, news. Like, literally, it would be a never-ending thing until literally you don't hear about the violence, and then you're completely unaware of what is still happening because it's not the issue. It's not solving the issue.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is like this has been going on as long as humanity has been a part of this planet. There's always been man-on-man violence. The problem is
a little bit more, but that's just because we love our violence. Apparently.
But it seems like people, I don't know, they always. It's only been brought to light in really the last 60 or 70 years. 30 of which video games have been around, but because of modern day television and radio, and a little bit later in life, satellite and internet and cable and instant access to information across the globe, the same kind of stuff happened in the 1700s and the 1800s when there was no video games. Problem is nobody knew about it because when some dude,
pick up the newspaper.
Some dude who got shot in South Dakota didn't get to Cleveland until 3 weeks later, if it got there. And like Mark said, if you didn't read that specific newspaper that day, that story went unheard. You never even knew that dude in the Dakotas got shot.
Now anything that happens 5 minutes,
it's blown up immediately.
Twitter,
yeah. So that's the thing too. I don't think and the violence has been going on, like I said, from way before video games were even invented. It's not video games that are making people violent.
People.
It's always the person. So, I don't know. Do you got anything else to add, or you want to kind of wrap the show up?
In kind of response to this, since I do follow our hacktivist group Anonymous, this week Westboro Church decided that they were going to go protest all of the Connecticut,
Those people are fucking nuts.
Literally this week, Anonymous, specifically KY and Nani, I think that's who I follow on Twitter. Literally, they completely the leaders, the Phelps or something like that. Literally, their lives are for the next 6 months. They're trying to be recovering from what happened. Like, me just following on Twitter, his bank accounts came out, his credit card info, his social security numbers came out. Any bit of personal information, his address, his fax machine. People are shipping him gay porn because their website is God Hates Fags thing.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, I think it's God Hates Fags is their actual website. So people, when this all leaked, literally people are just sending boxes and boxes of gay porn because they really are terrible people. There's very few people I'm like, they're terrible. Westboro Church, they're terrible human beings. And they're getting literally. There's a video up to about 3 or 4 minutes. It's the Anonymous always puts these together when they're gonna collectively attack somebody, and literally it says why they're doing it, why, how, and what's gonna happen kind of thing. They're interesting. They're creepy videos. That's just Anonymous for you. You can go check it out. Literally, it's millions of views at this point. just, so you know what's going on a little bit in the world.
Yeah. Usually I'm against what Anonymous does because I feel they attack like companies because they have money, but this I was totally on board with. This,
I know, me too. I was like,
this was like, way to go, Anonymous, because usually like what they did with Sony and stuff, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that.
But this I was all for. I was like, good job, Anonymous.
That was a kind of retaliation for putting their members away. And,
yeah.
But it's nice. Looking at the guy's credit card info, I'm just trying to hold back the. I didn't do anything, but I saw the picture tweeted and everything like that. But I literally stayed up. It happened at like 3 a.m. one day. I got up and I was like, let me check Twitter, and I actually saw this going on. I literally stayed up for like 2 hours looking at all the info,
just reading all the tweets.
It's terrible, but awesome to see at the same time. I don't know what else to say.
It is messed up at the same time because I mean these poor people, they're just like the Westboro. I agree, they're nuts. They're totally crazy. Don't misunderstand what I'm about to say here. These people are fucking crazy, but at the same point, they're just literally reading the Bible and they're following it and like you're kind of prosecuting people for their religious beliefs. Yeah. Which is also kind of messed up and shouldn't be happening in this country. Yeah. But they're so off the wall crazy where it's kind of like, it's okay that it happened to them.
That's why I don't really think many people are feeling sorry for what's happening, really.
But really, it is messed up. You're going against their constitutional rights.
When this started, within a half hour, I saw this guy's credit cards, social security numbers, just being tweeted out to 1 million followers or whatever, like that half hour is basically all it took to...
Yeah, ruin this guy's life.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take, but literally, it's going to take some time to get his life back in order. And
that's what I'm saying. It's his constitutional right to believe in whatever the hell he wants.
What happened is, I don't know what it was, but apparently they were staying at a hotel in Connecticut like before it, and literally one of the, funny enough, the guy at the front desk, Anonymous, knows somebody from Anonymous, tweeted out to some of the guys here, Anonymous flooded the hotel with calls. They said they never stayed there. I'm pretty sure they just kicked them out because literally, like, it was shitstorm beyond belief.
Oh, it wasn't worth the $200 or $300 they were going to make off him.
No, the shitstorm. I'm pretty sure they just kicked them out, probably refunded it, and just
get rid of this problem.
Just stuff like that. I thought it was interesting and messed up at the same time. So I thought I'd let you guys also aware of that since this is sort of related to this post.
Yeah. From me, in summary, this was obviously a terrible tragedy, and especially right around the holidays. Not like it's acceptable at any point in the year, but especially right now, it's like double bad. And none of us are saying anything about that. It's just, I think you can't blame anything but the shooter. It's not video games, it's not movie, it's not TV. It's definitely not video games' fault, is what I'm saying. Because you got to look at the sheer percentage. Like I said earlier, you got 100 million people that play violent video games in the world. Like I said, that same amount of people put socks on this morning. Why not blame the socks? I know it sounds stupid to do it like that, but it's...
Just because it is a hole doesn't mean I'm a murdering, rampaging maniac.
So, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I think that's about it.
All right. Like I said, sorry to do this right in front of the holidays, but that's what we decided to talk about today. Yeah. It's kind of a downer, but this has been episode 46. Join us next week, same time, same place.
Have a very Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
For this whole year.
Yep.
It's been great.